solitude is not a punishment. It is the most brutal price you must pay for a superior mind. Arthur Schopenhauer exposed this truth long ago. The masses flee the silence of their own company, substituting distraction for depth. This is the difference between an existential state of being alone and the conscious act of intellectual withdrawal. The common man fears solitude because it forces him to confront his own emptiness. But for the architect of his own destiny, this space is the forge of sovereignty. You must learn to separate yourself from the noise to distinguish your own voice from the chorus of comfortable lies. If this surgical dissection of a soft lie resonates with the deep caverns of your thought, consider subscribing. We confront truth here. The crowd demands a fee for its company, your authenticity. Schopenhauer observed that the vast majority of human interaction is governed by superficiality, vanity, and the desperate need for acceptance. People gather not to exchange ideas, but to escape themselves. This constant low-grade hum of social obligation acts as a sedative, dulling the sharp edge of high intelligence. The moment you choose to guard your mental real estate, to prioritize depth over fleeting affirmation, the crowd begins its slow, resentful retreat. They will label your withdrawal as arrogance, your silence as a flaw. But their judgment is simply the fear of their own unexamined lives projected onto your sovereignty. Solitude is the necessary firewall against the mediocre consciousness of the many. Solitude is not gentle. It is a terrifying mirror that reflects not only your potential strength, but also your undisguised weakness. This is the agony. When you are truly alone, stripped of distraction, you are forced to sit with the raw material of your mind, the insecurities, the wounds you deny, and the compromises you have made. This confrontation is precisely why the weak flee back to the noise. They cannot endure the brutal honesty. Yet Schopenhauer knew this discomfort is the crucible. True intellectual or spiritual growth is impossible when your attention is externally focused. The vast, fertile landscape of yourself can only be mapped in the silence of separation. This inner work, this intentional withdrawal, is the foundation for unshakable mental fortitude. The truly intelligent individual understands that the deepest truths are always whispered, never shouted. They are the ones who feel the existential distance most acutely. Their thoughts stand in opposition to the societal narrative, making them inherently isolated. This is the price of sovereignty. You will be an outsider. But this alienation is not a tragedy. It is a strategic necessity. To possess true self-ownership, you cannot be indebted to the approval of others. Solitude is the mechanism of liberation. It frees you from the compulsion to conform, allowing your will to power, to be directed solely by internal metrics. You gain an understanding of reality unclouded by social illusion. You become the eagle, building your nest on a lofty, isolated peak, far above the valley of common thought. This peak is your freedom. To conclude, remember Schopenhauer's painful truth. Your high intelligence is a double-edged sword. It grants you the vision to see the comfortable lies of society, but it exacts the heavy toll of solitude. Embrace this agony. Treat your time alone not as a void to be filled, but as a sanctuary to be defended. It is in this defended space that your character is hardened, your perspective clarified, and your sovereignty secured. If you are ready to walk the path of the few and accept the heavy mantle of self-ownership, engage with this video. Share it with one other soul-seeking truth. Let me know in the comments what is the most painful truth solitude has revealed to you. Subscribe to The Growth Philosopher for the continued confrontation with uncomfortable truths. Endure the silence.